All right, let's get started. Hello, students, and welcome to our virtual college fair. Just so you know, your camera and microphone are turned off so no one can see or hear you. Feel free to use the Q&A button to ask presenters some questions. And please sign up for more sessions. We have a bunch available, and a recording of this will be available on the same page that you registered in case you can't attend the whole thing or want to look back. So, with that being said, we will get started. And first up, we have University of Michigan-Flint.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out this evening. We surely appreciate your time this evening. We know you all are very busy and a lot's going on these days. Again, my name is DJ Jones. I'm with the University of Michigan-Flint. This evening, I want to go over some great information about the university, what we have to offer. And again, if you have any questions or concerns during this time, you can feel free to chat that information to me. Um, I will also give you my information towards the end, my email address and phone number if you have any questions about the University of Michigan-Flint. And so here at the University of Michigan-Flint, we are a part of the U of M system. We have our flagship campus, which is the University of Michigan. We all are one entity. We have one president, and the difference is that the University of Michigan-Flint has 8,000 students. The University of Michigan has about 47,000 on their campus. So you would have to apply to the University of Michigan Flint if you are truly interested in our university. About 45 to 50% of staff and faculty teach at the University of Michigan-Flint, and some do teach at the University of Michigan as well. And so it's pretty much size, and we do not have a medical school on our campus like the University of Michigan, as well as our law school. Michigan offers that. And so we're a smaller campus. We do offer our nursing program, which is the RN to BSN, is what we're known for. Our School of Business, our engineering program, which is a part of the 2+2 program. So those who want to matriculate from the University of Michigan-Flint can also transfer to the University of Michigan if they decide to do so, or you can just stay with us and finish in 4 years. The difference between the facilities is we're about an hour away from Ann Arbor versus Flint. We also have our residence halls, which incoming freshmen can choose to live on campus or off campus. They are apartment style, so that's very unique. We do not have club sports. We only offer, we do not offer Division I sports. We offer club sports. So if you wanted to participate in Division I sports, you would have to apply to the University of Michigan. And so besides from the RN to BSN nursing program and our business program, engineering, we also are known for the education department, our psychology department, and any of our pre-professional programs, pre-med, pre-pharmacy, and pre-dentistry, as well as our psychology and sociology programs at the university. We offer a free application, so there is no application fee. We encourage students that if you have applied to the University of Michigan-Flint to go ahead and solidify your orientation, go ahead and take care of your housing registration, and as well as any other documents that you need to take care of for the University of Michigan-Flint. Okay, we have about 8,000 students on our campus, so we are a mid-sized university. The student-teacher ratio is about 15 to 1, and so you're going to be dealing with faculty and staff, not teacher assistants, unlike Ann Arbor, which is a very much larger campus that we have. And so you're going to be faced with and have the challenge of, talking with your instructors one-on-one. We offer our honors program. Students can apply for the Honors College as well as our study abroad program. We're looking at a minimum of a 17 ACT with a 2.5 or better GPA for admissions. Obviously, if you want merit scholarships, that GPA, that ACT or SAT has to be much higher. We are not accepting test scores this year. So if you only have a GPA, you can go ahead and apply. If you take any ACT or SAT test score, we will look at that, but it is not required for this upcoming 2021 school year for fall. Okay, so you don't have to worry about any test scores. If you have any other questions about the University of Michigan-Flint, again, I'm going to leave my information at the Q&A, and hopefully you all have questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, DJ. Up next, we have Palmer College of Chiropractic.
Thank you. Am I able to go ahead and share my screen, Mackenzie?
Yep, go for it. The button should be, at the bottom.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Danger. I'm an admissions counselor with Palmer College of Chiropractic. I just have a couple slides that I thought would be helpful for your visual. So for those of you guys who don't know what chiropractic is, it is a healthcare profession that focuses on the spine and other joints of the body. So the primary goal of chiropractors is to go ahead and deliver those adjustments. They're very safe, controlled, and specific applied force that we apply to the joints and other areas of the body. Here at Palmer, we do teach full body adjusting, so you can get everything adjusted from your ankles, toes, fingers, back, neck, all of the different areas of the body. Just a little history about Palmer College is that we are actually the founding college of chiropractic. So chiropractic was founded right here in Davenport, Iowa by this gentleman right here. This is D.D. Palmer. He's our founder. He founded the profession of chiropractic 126 years ago right here in Davenport, Iowa. This photo is a copy of the first adjustment. So this gentleman laying down here was actually a janitor in Dee Dee's building, and he had suffered from hearing loss for over 18 years. And so he came into Dee Dee's office, and Dee Dee delivered an adjustment to his occipital lobe. Once he delivered that adjustment, Harvey Lillard was actually able to hear again. And so Dee Dee was running around the streets of Davenport telling everybody that he had found a cure for deafness. And everyone thought he was a little bit crazy back in the early 1800s. They just couldn't believe that. So Dee Dee went on to adjust a few more hearing impaired patients, and one was able to relieve their blood pressure, to lower the blood pressure, and the other was able to reduce heartburn in those patients. So at that point, Dee Dee had then determined that he had actually founded a new profession, and it is what is known today as chiropractic. So really special to be able to come to our Davenport campus, walk the same halls as the founders of the profession. Next, I just want to touch a little bit on our degree program. It is 3 1/3 year, which is 10 trimesters. So as you can see, this is just a breakdown, real snapshot, real quick of our 3 1/3 year. So year one is spent in the sciences. So you're going to do all of your textbook learning at this point, studying where it's at, how it functions, how it moves, because if you're going to be a doctor, you kind of need to know where all those body parts are and how they function. So that's going to be your try one. And you will start getting hands-on in our program as early as your first trimester, because we have over 60 clubs and organizations where you can get hands-on and start getting that practice that you're going to need, along with our new 22,000 square foot integrated learning commons that has those new technique beds that we're really excited about. And try two is when you're going to get hands-on in the technique. So technique year is tries 4 through 6. Hands-on, you're going to learn 5 to 7 main techniques in the core curriculum, along with electives and any clubs and organizations you join. So for example, toggle recoil is one of those techniques. It was developed by BJ Palmer right here in Davenport over 100 years ago. Finally, as you head into year 3, this is your clinic experience. You'll spend trimester 7 doing your student clinic, which is student-to-student hands-on learning. And then in tries 8, 9, and 10, you'll spend it in our outpatient clinic. We have the largest outpatient clinic in the world, and we see over 170,000 patients for chiropractic and rehabilitation that come through our doors every single year. So really a great experience for you. And in 10th try, if you finished up all your hours, you can do what's called our preceptorship program, which allows you to go and precept under a doc. So if you think about an internship experience, that's pretty much what you're doing. So if you know that, say, for example, you want to move out of Iowa or Illinois and you're like, I'm going somewhere warm, you can certainly do the precept in like Arizona or Florida, whatever state you want to do. Or if you want to come back home to Illinois, then you can certainly stay here and do that as well through one of our precept programs. So how do you get admitted into our program? So it's quite easy. For the DC program, we're just looking for you to have completed 90 college credits that are passed with a C or better. Of those 90, we're looking for 24 credits of science in chemistry, anatomy, physiology, biology. And if you're not sure, just send me a message and I'll help you get those sciences done. And then a 3.0 GPA. If you're coming to us from the community college or right out of high school, you maybe have dual credit or dual enrollment. We do accept students into our bachelor's program with as little as 45 credits, and that helps you expedite the process. So you could potentially earn your bachelor's and your doctor of chiropractic in just 5 1/3 year, be out in practice, and spend a little bit of less time in school and a little bit less money than you would doing the traditional 4-year route. Both are great ideas. You can certainly do either one depending on what you want your undergraduate experience to look like. And then how do we pay for school? Because a doctoral program, of course, is always expensive. So Palmer is the leader in endowment funds for chiropractic schools. We award over $4.25 million in scholarships every single year to students. It's about $2 million more than any other chiropractic college. So lots of scholarships there. We look at scholarships on the front end for our first try students in the admissions office here with students who have a 3.0 to a 4.0 GPA. We award $1,000 to $6,000 for that. And then we also have a $2,000 specialty scholarship for those of you who'd like to write an essay on your chiropractic philosophy. You can get those as well. And that brings me to the end of the presentation. So thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for presenting. Up next, we have Fontbonne University.
Thank you. So I am just going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, great. So hi, everyone. My name is Jenny Jean-Jacques, and I am an Assistant Director of Admissions over at Fontbonne University. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of us, but we are a small private Catholic liberal arts school located in Clayton, Missouri, which is right outside of the St. Louis city. So just a little bit of information about us. We're a smaller school. We only have about 1,200 students. We have a student to faculty ratio of 10-1, and we actually have over 40 majors to choose from, and then Division III athletics. So one thing I just want to point out is that we actually are temporarily test optional for scholarships and admission for this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So if you would like to find out more information about us, you are more than welcome to find us on social media, go to our website, or scan any of the QR codes. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have over 40 majors over at Fontbonne University. I'm not going to take too much time to dig deep into all of them, but I do just want to highlight some of our more unique majors. So we actually have ABET accreditation for both cybersecurity and computer science. We also have a dietetics program, which is like nutrition, speech language pathology, deaf education, education in all fields, exercise science, sports management, fine arts, and data science. We also have some unique partnerships with a couple of other universities to actually do engineering, pre-nursing, social work, or occupational therapy. And we also have really interesting minors that you can tack on as well. So if you are admitted into Fontbonne University, and I'll talk about the admission criteria a little bit later on, every single admitted student actually receives a merit-based scholarship. For first-time freshmen, that would range from $6,500 all the way up to $15,000. And for transfer students, you would actually be able to receive merit-based scholarships that range from $3,000 to $8,500. There are also some additional scholarships you can tack on top of that. You can see below at that list. So although we're Division III for all of our athletics, and you can see all of them located on your screen, I just want to take a moment to highlight a few of them. So the ones that you'll see in blue, which are esports, cheer and stunt, and dance, those are actually not regulated by NCAA. And so because they're not regulated, you are able to earn an athletic scholarship on top of your merit-based scholarship. And I do just want to say too, both of these things are before you would even receive any financial need through the FAFSA. So I want to talk a little bit about our student life on campus as well. So we actually have over 60 organizations on campus that you can get involved in. Again, I just want to take a moment to highlight a few. So we have mentorship programs for first generation college students. We have different clubs and activities like leadership programs, such as our Disney Leadership Institute. We have affinity programs, such as the Fontbonne International Student Alliance, Fontbonne's LGBTQ+ organization, a Black Student Union. And then we also have a ton of free services for students that I want to take a moment to highlight as well. So we actually have tutoring, we have a writing center, accommodations, a free mental health counselor, as well as a campus nurse, advisement services for all of our students navigating the undergraduate process, and then again, career services too. So I just want to take a moment to circle back to the admission criteria that we look for. So again, we're temporarily test optional. So what we look for is a weighted GPA of a 2.75 on a 4.0 scale. And then again, according to your academic rigor, the supplemental material you might bring in, like a letter of recommendation or a personal essay, we take all of that and we make an assessment for your admission. And then also we take that to consider your merit-based scholarship as well. So again, every single student who does get admitted does receive that merit-based scholarship that ranges from $6,500 all the way up to $15,000, and those are for our domestic students. And then for our transfer students, again, that ranges from $3,000 to $8,500, and that doesn't even count any athletic scholarships you may qualify for those programs who are not regulated by NCAA, as well as those supplemental scholarships you can qualify for too, which would be like the Boy State or Girl State, a fine arts scholarship, A+ if you live in Missouri, or anything like PTK if you're coming from a community college. All right, so that is the end of my presentation. I just wanted to thank you all for your time. I will be available via chat if you want to ask questions. But if you wanted to find my contact information, you'll see it on your screen, and I'll be sure to actually pop it in the chat too. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny. Now we are going to move to St. Norbert College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Catherine Handcamp. I'm the Chicago Regional Counselor, as well as an alum of St. Norbert College. St. Norbert's located just 3 hours north of the Chicagoland area in De Pere, Wisconsin. You can see we have a beautiful waterfront campus that about 2,000 undergraduate students call home. Our campus is within walking distance of some restaurants, coffee shops, movie theater, bowling alley, shopping. So there's a ton to do right there for you, which is something I know our students really love. You're also just about 10 minutes away from Green Bay, the third largest city in Wisconsin. So there's a lot of opportunities for internships for you too. St. Norbert's a liberal arts college. More importantly, we're a Norbertine college. The Norbertines are really well known for their two there are two values of radical hospitality and communio. We're actually the only small liberal arts college in the country, so that actually, or in the world, I should say. So that makes us pretty unique as well. Radical hospitality is something that I always say is something you have to experience when you're on our campus. And it's a really unique experience. You're very welcoming, and it's an inclusive environment for all of our students. Even when you visit, you can definitely get a good sense of that when you're on campus. Communio is this idea where our students are really encouraged to respond to the needs of our local and our global communities, as well as our own tight-knit community. And although it's not a requirement for our students, about 89% of our students are involved in service during their 4 years. And that comes in a variety of ways through class or even clubs and organizations. Communio also, like I said, is really part of the tight-knit community that we do have. 98% of our students live on campus all 4 years. So we have a really active student life. And that was something I personally enjoyed coming from the Chicagoland area myself, is that everybody lives on campus and is around all the time. So you're really close to your academic buildings, just 5-minute walk from one end of campus to the other. And you are having a range of traditional resident halls to our townhouses that are right on the water. So you have a beautiful view there. Our apartments with vaulted ceilings and fireplaces, indoor parking, which is nice in Wisconsin, especially with the weather we have now, and even campus-owned houses. So you get to have a little bit more independence as you go through your 4 years. Because everyone is on campus, like I said, our students really remain there on the weekends and they're very involved. There are over 100+ clubs and organizations that you can belong to, everything from academic faith and service. We have Greek life as well, special interest groups, and intramural athletics, which do get really competitive. So a lot of our students love that. If you are an athlete and want to play in college, we have 23 Division III athletic teams. Our newest are men's volleyball, as well as men's and women's swimming and diving. And we have also our hockey team, our men's hockey teams won actually 5 national championships. There's a lot of school spirit on our campus. When it comes to the academics, because we know that's the main part of the college experience, there's over 80 programs for you to choose from. Our most popular tend to be in our sciences, our business, our education, communications and media studies, and our pre-professional tracks. We have a pre-law, a 7-year program that is a partnership with Marquette University. Pre-med program, we actually have a medical school on campus. PT, OT, PA, and nursing are just a few of the more popular programs. But like I said, you do have a lot to choose from. In the classroom, you're going to be in an average class size of around 19 students. So you really get to know your faculty members very well. Your professors are the only one teaching your courses. So you get to know them throughout raising your hand, asking questions, and it just becomes a very nice environment to develop those relationships with your faculty members. Your faculty members also serve as academic advisors, which is something unique to St. Norbert. They will meet with you every single semester on our academic advising days to help make sure you're selecting the right courses for the next semester, and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success after St. Norbert. They'll even help you prepare for a semester abroad, which is something about 30% of our students at St. Norbert in a non-COVID year, of course, are taking advantage of. We have our 4-year graduation guarantee, and that is something that I really think our advisors help make sure that our students are meeting those goals for that. And like I said, they're preparing you for those next steps. So making sure you're doing the things to set yourself up for pre-med, for medical school, graduate school, or entering the workforce with connections that they have to networks and alumni in the field. As far as our facilities go, it's definitely in better shape than what it was when I was a student at St. Norbert. We've completed over $150 million in renovations to campus, all from private donations. So you just get access to all these beautiful new facilities. Brand new library, our athletic facilities, so our softball and baseball complex, our football stadium, our mobile family fitness center, which is a full out health center on campus for you, and our cafeteria, which is ranked #1 in the state of Wisconsin and #4 in the nation for best food on a college campus. So you're definitely well fed when you're living on campus too. Our biggest renovation though was to our Gale Mulva Science Center. That actually houses the Medical College of Wisconsin. So St. Norbert is actually the only small liberal arts college in the country with a medical school right on campus. So it's very well preparing our students for that next step. There's a ton more I'd love to share with you about St. Norbert. Feel free to reach out to me directly if you'd like to. There's my contact information. And I hope I get a chance to show you what radical hospitality and communio are all about on our campus.
Great, thank you. And up next, we have University of Pittsburgh.
All right, well, can you see my screen? Does that work? No, not yet.
Yep, we can see.
Yeah, okay. Well, good evening. My name is Betsy Stevens, and I'm the admission counselor for the University of Pittsburgh. And I'm based in the Chicagoland area, so I work primarily with Illinois students. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Hopefully you'll find this information intriguing and want to learn more about Pitt in the future. So on the screen here, you'll see a shot of our campus. So we are a large school with about 19,000 students. We're located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is about an 8 to 9 hour drive from most of the Chicagoland area, or about a 1 hour flight from either O'Hare or Midway Airport. We're located about 3 miles outside of downtown Pittsburgh. So that's about a 10 to 15 minute bus ride. For our campus, you kind of get the best of both worlds. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Betsy, I don't know if it's just me, but your slide is still on the first slide where it just says Pitt.
Oh, it is supposed to be on that slide.
Oh, okay.
For now. So, we kind of get the best of both worlds on our campus. You get a little bit of green space in the downtown area, is about 3 miles away, and then about 5 to 10 minutes from our campus. You can walk to the Shenley Park with a lot of green space for our students. Moving on, this should be a picture of downtown Pittsburgh. So the proximity to campus is really one of the perks for our students. So while we want our students to engage with our campus, we also want them to take advantage of the downtown area and everything that the city has to offer. We're home to many Fortune 500 companies and also several startup companies as well. So as far as internships goes and opportunities for our students in the job market, definitely a lot there for our students. We also have the cultural district. So if you're looking to attend the symphony orchestra, ballet, musicals, a lot of our students will be able to do that for free or at a reduced rate. We do love our sports teams in Pittsburgh, so it's very common for our students to go to a Penguins game, a Pirates game, a Steelers game at some sort of reduced rate. For me personally, I always love watching the Cubs games at PNC Park. Lastly, we are a huge foodie city, so if you like to eat a lot of different foods, Pittsburgh's a really diverse city, and we have a lot to offer you there. The best thing about all these things I'm talking about is that our students get to access all of this for free using public transportation. So the city bus system will get you all over the city of Pittsburgh and also take you to the airport. As far as academics go, as a freshman, you'll apply to one of our our freshman entry level programs. So our students do have guaranteed admissions into their major. Our Dietrich School of Arts and Sciences is our largest school on campus, and most of these students will double major or have minor or a certificate as well. We have a direct entry engineering program. The same goes for our College of Business Administration, the School of Computing and Information, and our School of Nursing is pretty much a direct entry program only. So as you can tell, we're really strong in those professional programs like engineering, computer science, business, and nursing, but a lot of our students are on the pre-med track as well. In addition to our majors, we have several academic opportunities for our students outside of the classroom. So our Pitt Honors Program will really elevate our students' academic career by providing them a little bit more of a customized education. Every student at Pitt is guaranteed an internship as well, through our internship guarantee, and you would work with career services to find an internship in your area of study and in the location you're looking for, whether that's overseas or domestic. Students can begin research as early as their second semester of their freshman year, and a lot of our students are able to do that through one of our hospitals on our campus. So we're home to 6 hospitals on our campus, 5 of which are affiliated with the university. Lastly, we do have over 350 study abroad programs. So regardless of your major, you will be able to study abroad. And a lot of students in those more rigid programs like engineering and nursing will take advantage of a summer study abroad program. Now, about 80% of your time in college is spent outside of the classroom. So, while we want students to, do a lot as far as their academics go, and we have strong students on our campus, they are giving back to the Pitt community. Students will attend Pitt Arts events, which are cultural or fine arts events in the downtown area, and oftentimes they can do this for free or at a reduced rate. We have over 400 student organizations for you to get involved in, ranging from Greek life, intramural sports, club sports, political or cultural organizations. We are a Division I school in the ACC, so a lot of school spirit on our campus and guaranteed housing for our students as well. Quickly, obviously I need to wrap up time. You can see a little bit about our application process here. We are test optional for the next 2 years. We do practice rolling admission as well. Lastly, I'll pop my contact information in the chat, but I would be an admission counselor and hope to have you visit us virtually sometime soon.
Thank you, that was awesome. And last but not least, we have Columbia College of Chicago.
Thank you so much. My name is Margaret Jones, and I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Admission here at Columbia College Chicago. I am joined here by my colleague, T.C. Liggins, who is also an Assistant Director of Diversity Initiatives and Inclusion. So you'll notice T.C. in the chat answering any of your questions about Columbia. With that being said, I want to dive right in. So Columbia College Chicago is a private liberal arts school We're located in the South Loop of the city of Chicago. So if you're familiar with the Bean or the Art Institute, we're about 1.5 miles south of that. If you're familiar with that really big music festival, Lollapalooza, that happens in Grant Park, we literally call Grant Park our front yard, and Chicago is our playground. So here at Columbia College Chicago, we seek to combine the creative and media arts with the liberal arts and then the business expertise or application of those arts. So in a nutshell, what we seek to prepare you to do is be a really talented artist, but also have those soft skills or transferable skills that employers are looking for. But then we also want you to have that entrepreneurial spirit and background to be able to infiltrate the job market upon your graduation. So from your very first day here at Columbia, you can expect to experience hands-on learning, networking and career preparation, a very rigorous curriculum, and natural collaboration. A little bit about us by the numbers. We are a medium-sized institution. We have just shy of 7,000 students on our campus total. The majority of those students are pursuing their first bachelor's degree or that first 4-year degree post-high school. But we do also have a very small graduate program here at Columbia as well, and some opportunities for you to complete that graduate program within 5 years if you start here with us. According to our fall 2019 data, we enrolled 1,748 new freshmen. That's not a cap on our enrollment, just gives you an idea of what you'd be coming in with. We are also a very transfer-friendly institution, so if you are a student who's thinking about maybe going to community college for a year or two, we definitely enroll around 600 to 700 new transfer students as well, and we definitely love for you to get connected with one of our transfer specialists. On average, although we are a medium-sized institution, our average class size sits right around 18 students, and our student to full-time faculty ratio is 12:1. And we do that for a couple of reasons. We want you to be able to interact with the students who you're going to be collaborating with throughout your 4 years here at Columbia, but we also want you to have access to your faculty who live what they teach. So in a creative and media, type of school, it's really important to have that faculty member who is not, replicating that information that they learned when they were in college, but who are actively eating, sleeping, and breathing the same things that you want to live every single day and coming back and giving you that relevant information. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are also really important to us here at Columbia. Around 42% of our entire campus body self-identify as students of color. Around 16% of our student body identify as first-generation college students. And then around 1/3 of our campus community identify as members of the LGBTQ+ community. But we take it one step past having the butts in the seats and boasting these stats here. But we want to make sure that every single student, no matter what your background or how you identify, we want to make sure that you're having a positive experience here at Columbia, that you know that you are valued here, that you're equal here, and that you're included here at Columbia. So we have several offices and initiatives in place to make sure that you're having a positive experience while you're here with us. Transparency and fit are also really important to us. So we'll talk a little bit about our tuition and fees and our financial aid programming here at the college, and then we'll go into our application process as well. So for our 2020-2021 school year, students are currently paying $28,118 in tuition and fees here at the college. Housing is not included in that. On average, students do spend around $16,000 on housing. That number can fluctuate. Typically, it's going to go down depending on if you have a roommate, if you don't, if you live in a suite, or if you live in an apartment style dorm, and if you have a roommate and if you don't. But we do award scholarships in 3 different categories to make sure that we're helping students fund a Columbia education if it's something that you are interested in doing. So there are 3 things that you all as students can complete and submit to us to make sure that you're maximizing on your financial aid. So the first thing we encourage you to do is apply. All students will be considered for merit-based scholarships at the time of admission. We do encourage all students to submit the free application for federal student aid or the FAFSA. All freshman students who add us to your FAFSA will receive an additional $2,000 in scholarship money, but that could go up to $6,000 depending on your GPA and then your estimated family contribution. The last thing we encourage all students to do is to submit a portfolio or video audition to us in order to maximize on your financial aid here at the college. As I mentioned, we're a college that focuses in the creative and media industries. So we have 60+ majors and programs that focus in these 6 categories: business and management, communication and writing, media and digital arts, music and sound, performing arts, and visual arts. Our heavy hitter majors here at Columbia are in film and television, musical theater, photography, graphic design, music business, public relations, communications, journalism, audio arts, music as well. So you can read more about all of our programs at colum.edu/majors. No matter what program you decide to go into, you still will take some courses in our Columbia core. And that's what truly sets us apart as an arts institution, is that we make sure that you have those transferable skills that employers are looking for whenever you are ready to wrap it up, or whenever you're ready to infiltrate the job market. So Chicago is our playground. As I mentioned, we love the fact that our students get to engage with the city and learn, more and be inspired by the art that takes place there. Applying to Columbia is super easy. It takes probably 10 to 15 minutes for you to complete. We just need one completed application online and your official transcripts, and that's all we need. We're test optional and will continue to be for years to come. So definitely encourage you to reach out to me if you have questions, or to my colleague TC, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, all panelists, and we do have a little bit of extra time, so I thought we would answer some questions. So that first question is going to be, what advice would you give someone that is going through the college search process? And if we could start with University Michigan-Flint, that'd be great.
Yeah, so your college search should be a fun time, and the most important advice that I could give all students is don't overwhelm yourselves with choosing your university of your choice. Pick 5 schools, 4 to 5 schools. Pick your number 1 school or your dream school, and then 4 backups, because at the end of the day, you can only go to one university at a time. So don't overwhelm yourself with trying to, have a list of 10 or 15 different universities. Just pick 4 or 5. Visit those schools, make sure that it's a good fit. I would definitely not go by word of mouth, from a family member, or, because Uncle John went there, 20 years ago, he brags about, what a great time he had. But make sure that it's a good fit for you. Make sure that it has your program and it, caters to your needs. And that's the best advice I could give you during your college search and process. Thank you.
Thanks. If we could go next to Fontbonne.
Excellent. Thank you, Mackenzie. So my best advice I would give to students that are going through the college search process is to not make any concrete decisions until after you've seen the financial aid. I've been doing this work for a while now. I'm seeing students who have their heart set on, oh, I want to go here, I want to go here. They get in, they're like, okay, it's perfect. And then they see the financial aid that they're going to be receiving from the institution, and they are kind of capsized in that end of, oh, well, I thought this was my dream school and this is my dream school, but for some reason, I just cannot afford this school because of the financial aid that I'm receiving from them. So I would definitely say, don't get your hopes up on any particular school and just go ahead and say, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and commit without seeing the actual financial aspect of it.
Thanks, that is great advice. Finances are obviously very important. Let's go to Emily at Palmer.
Thanks, Mackenzie. So my biggest advice would be speaking for chiropractic colleges, and this can translate over to other schools as well. I would always, definitely go for a visit and work with the admissions counselors at those schools really closely, because oftentimes students get really stressed out or anxious about things, and all they have to do is just ask the admissions counselor, and they can help guide you through the process and just really encourage you and support you through that. So if you are feeling overwhelmed with any of the admissions processes, don't feel afraid to reach out and ask as many questions as you need. No question is a dumb question. And at the end of the day, this is your money. This is your, life. This is your experience. And we want you all to have the best experience possible. So ask as many questions as you need to feel as comfortable as you possibly can.
Thank you for that. And how about we go to Catherine at St. Norbert?
Thanks, Mackenzie. I would definitely say this process is really all about you. You need to find the place that you find that is the best fit for you. And so it was kind of mentioned before, not just considering schools that your friends are or family are, but really take some of that advice, but make sure that you really do your research and find out if that school is going to be a good fit for you. And again, it's kind of mentioned asking those questions, really going onto the websites if you can, if schools aren't open for visits, or really getting on those campus visits at some point once you've narrowed down your list a few to that point. But it really is a time for you to kind of be selfish in a way and make sure that it's a school that you're going to love because it is your home for 4 years.
Cool, that was great. How about Betsy at Pitt?
Yeah, so I think that, it's really important to visit the college campus, and I know that can be difficult at some schools right now, but, for me going through my own college search process, I thought I was going to love one school, had my heart set on it, and then visited campus, and I didn't have that gut feeling like it could be home for the next 4 years. So I would definitely encourage you to visit any schools that are on your list, whether that be virtual or in person, and I think that can really make a difference in, ultimately where you'll end up choosing.
Thanks. Next up, let's go to Columbia College Chicago.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that everything that was mentioned previously is great. Just to reiterate, I think that it's important that you understand that the college search process is for you, and ultimately, you have to figure out what's best for you. So I think that it's really important to understand who you are and what's really important to you, whether that's, small class sizes, or maybe you really want the big lecture hall feeling. But making pros and cons lists was really helpful for me when I was going through the college search process, saying this is what's important to me. These schools have it, these schools maybe don't. The other thing that I just love to encourage students to do is just to advocate for yourself. So if there is something that you need, for me, I struggled in science, so I knew that I was going to need a science tutor. So being able to ask that of the admissions reps at the various campuses that you might be considering, just knowing that they have the resources that are going to help you push through and then graduate in 4 years.
Thank you, everyone. Did anyone not go? Everyone went? Cool. I just graduated college, so all of that really resonates with me. So panelists and students, thank you for joining us. When you close the window, there's going to be a really quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you might have. Please sign up for more sessions. There's many available, and recording will also be available in the next couple of days. So with that being said, have a great rest of your night.